Welcome everyone. Today I will share another idea of how you can continue to train something useful. For this sequence you do need equipment, a ball. You can use a tennis ball or basically any other kind of ball which is bouncing. You can do this exercise outside, maybe also inside, depending a bit on the consistency of your floor and the relationship to your neighbors. We want to focus, we want to train basically coordination and reaction, and also a little bit of footwork. And it's especially about the hand-eye coordination, which we need a lot in boxing. You can see it as a technique sequence, or also use it as a warm-up, or do it instead of shadow boxing. So we will go for some footwork and do different drills with the ball. Enjoy.
So we come in our fight stand, wide stable stand, and we have the ball in our front hand. And from here we start dribbling the ball and taking the hand back to guard. Other hand stays in guard. You can try starting in standing, and then you slowly also start to move out of this, walking forward and backwards. And always mind your wide stable stand and a straight, tall upper body you work out of. You can also start then taking the side steps in, and start getting a bit used to the ball and to your rhythm. And after a while, when you feel comfortable, what I'm doing, I'm focusing a lot with my eyes on the ball. Try not to do that. Try more to look on an imaginary opponent's chest and try to get the ball in your gaze from there. Don't get frustrated when you lose the ball. It will happen a lot in the beginning. And you can, when it works well, you can also bring in some more movement, dribbling the ball faster. And you can also switch your stand. You see, I switched to a southpaw stand now, and I'm working with my backhand now. That means my front hand stays safely in guard. One hand is always there to protect your face. Also switching stands a bit here. You can do that. Always watch out. You have a wide and stable stand in whatever you do. You can also take in some defense moves with your upper body. Experiment a bit how you want to move there. And of course we also do change the hand. So I'm back in my orthodox stand here, working with my backhand. Since it's my backhand, also here for just dribbling the ball, I move my shoulder a bit in, coming forward, coming backwards, and you can see for a lot of moves also my hip is moving with, my foot is a bit turning in. Of course not for every contact with the ball you have. It's the same, we also don't always go for very hard power punches. Yeah, we have a bit of variation. And again, you can switch your stand and work with your other jab now. And the longer you go, try to include more movement with your upper body. Also bring some defense moves in. And we go over then to dribble the balls with both hands, and the focus here is the rotation moves of our shoulders. So try with every second contact with the ball to change the side. Your hands always go back to guard from there. And also here you can start moving slow. If you feel like this is very easy, you can of course become faster. Always straight upper body. Still don't fall into your ball. Don't fall forward. You can switch stance here. You can work with the side steps, step out. You have a lot of possibilities to move here, to work on your footwork, and at the same time needing to keep the ball under control. So be creative here and try to get as flexible and as fast as you can be, but always take your hands back to guard when you move. So we go over to our second exercise. Stable stand, of course, guard is up. The ball is in my backhand. I drop it down and I catch it. So I'm working with my front hand here. So it's a jab. You easily punch it away, so try carefully in the beginning. You drop the ball with the backhand and you catch it with your front hand. You can do the jab here with a step forward or without. It's depending on the distance you have to the ball. Similar to straight upper body. You need to measure the distance here too, as if you would have another person in front of you. You also sometimes need a step for your jab, and sometimes you don't. Other hand always stays in guard. And then you can change the hand for dropping the ball. I let it fall down with my front hand now and catch it with my back hand with a punch. Important here, it's a punch, so mind the rotation of your shoulder, your hip, your foot. Take everything with you, turning in here. And directly go back to your guard when you have the ball in your hand. And of course also here you can change your stand, working on the other jab, on the other punch. Take as long as you need for everything. And as I said, don't focus too much with your eyes on the ball like I am doing it here on the video. But nobody's perfect. Okay, then we try another variation. We drop and catch with the same hand here. I do it with my front hand. So it's nice to practice a quick and sharp jab on both sides. Or another variation, we try to get a block in between, dropping the ball and catching it. Drop, block, catch. Drop, block, catch. Of course, also this you can work on for both stands, and you need to be kind of quick. And also start adding other techniques then after you got the ball. So for example, very classic, start with jab punch, something easy. You can change the hand you drop the ball with. You can add a block. I always like adding the block after things because you can check if you're really in a stable stand. You should always be able to block out of and after everything you did. Also here, you can change the stance if you want to. And you can also use other techniques for catching the ball. Like a hook, I'm going for a hook punch now. Hook punch. Also here, catching. Use the whole rotation of your body, not just your arm. Or you go for an uppercut, up punch, and get back out of it afterwards. And then you can also start bringing in your kicks. You can build longer combinations with the first strike. You get the ball and then you build up. Going for blocks, kicks, knees, whatever you want to go for. So, and then you bring everything together. So you catch the ball, you go for combinations, also go back to your dribbling, move a bit in between, and then you go again, catching, throwing some strikes, adding some kicks. Be creative here. You can do whatever you like. So our third exercise is about dropping and catching the ball directly. We start with the front hand out of a strike. I drop the ball and I try to catch it with my next straight strike out of the air. Also here, always back to guard. You can start doing it out of standing. And when you feel comfortable, you can also start moving. Start with a parallel walk, meaning left hand, left foot go together, right hand, right foot go together. Parallel walk. And of course, we also have the diagonal walk. That means left hand, right foot go together, right hand, left foot go together. You can also see I'm a bit struggling with this exercise. It's a lot of coordination and will also give your head some stuff to process with, going between the parallel walk, the diagonal walk. It's a nice exercise to practice this and to have an extra challenge for your reaction, for the precise movement of your hands with this ball being involved. So go for both walks. These are a few ideas what you can do with your ball. Combine it, be creative, and make your own session out of it. See you next time.